The giant fist of Joe Louis announcing Detroit as the setting of our broadcast today. Coming to you live on this DA, it's all yours.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Much needed indeed, David. Thank you. Well, the outcome tonight, Greg, could come down to the big men up front.
You know, versatility will be key. The front court that can be physical but also pass it, stretch the floor will likely be the victor.
So let's take a look at the Toronto Raptors starting lineup. Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slots. Fred VanVleet out there with Young. And it's Birch in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Detroit, Cobb is out there with Jackson. Then there's Grant, and it's Stewart in at the center position. Now, here's Cobb. One up, one down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
A relentless effort from Cobb. Not about to let the contact hold him back from that finish.
Young, good, and VanVleet gets the assist.
You know that.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Pass to Stewart. Shoots over VanVleet. Stewart misses. And so Siakam will bring it up for the Raptors. Young for 3. Good on the triple. Young's got 5 points so far. Almost figured it would happen with how he played, and now he has made it official. Junior Greg winning his first Rookie of the Month award.
It's a bit baffling. So many teams passed on Junior. He clearly is NBA ready and has been an impact player for this team. This could be just the start of a storied career.
I got Rookie of the Month.
And here is Grant. 17 points in his last outing.
Wait,
And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession.
Parents, take notes. Cars, take notes. Are you taking notes?
Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Pass to Siakam. Young outside. VanVleet outside.
VanVleet.
For Detroit, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Jackson. 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
How about the composure down low for Jackson? He's showing all the tools in that toolbox, becoming very efficient when attacking the rim.
Now here's VanVleet. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
A nice start for them offensively. 3 of 4 to kick things off.
Pistons have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here's Cobb. Drains it from beyond the arc. Cobb's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, and Cobb can make this shot, especially when the D is so lax guarded.
Here's Siakam. Good, and VanVleet gets the assist.
A really smart opening quarter for them at the offensive end. Moving, finding good shots. They're 4 for 5 from the field.
Outside Jackson. Cobb with it. Young's there. It's good. Cobb's got his third basket of the night. The Raptors have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Here's Young. The pass to Birch. Young taking his time here. Passes it to VanVleet. Lock at 6. Over Jackson. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Outside Jackson. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Pulls from the top of the key. Rebound by the Raptors.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Anunoby, good.
Nice pass. I mean, putting in work on the interior. Gotta love it.
Pistons trail by 4. Young with the steal. Lets it go from deep. The offensive rebound.
I was trying to tell you.
Good.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Yeah, that's what's frustrating because you did the job defensively to get the stop, and then you gave it right back.
Now, here's Grant. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. No coverage that time.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Young passes to Siakam. Back to Young. Time pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Young's got 7 points.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Here's Cobb, and Detroit again with the bucket.
How about 5 of 6 to start? Looks like he brought his A game.
Pass to Birch. It's blocked. And now the fast break. Grant with the ball. And off there, he misses his first shot of the night. And here's Young from the arc. It's hauled in by Stewart. Pistons trailed by 3. Servetus. Quick shot there, and it's off target.
They're all missing.
He gets the playground jumper and can't make good on it. You don't get many chances easier than that.
Oh,
that one doesn't drop. The Pistons go the other way with it, coming off that loss against the Nets.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
You got to be locked in on the road. I mean, when there's no cohesiveness on defense, you're in danger.
Here's Birch. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. And here's Young from the arc. Hits the three-point bomb. 10 points for him.
Yeah, he's got some pep in his step tonight. I wonder what he had to eat last night. I mean, very solid first quarter for him at the offensive end.
Cobb with it. Young's there. And Cobb gets it to go.
Somebody came to play tonight. 6 out of his first 7.
Now, here's Anunoby. He's tightly guarded. Siakam looking around. Anunoby kicks to Van Vliet. Young in the corner. From outside, off the mark. And Champ gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And the Pistons.
First foul. 14 points. He's been doing all the shooting so far.
Raptors leading by 10. Setting the floor for the Raptors. Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slots. Young is out there with Fred Van Vliet. And it's Birch in at the 5 down low. Here's Siakam. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Siakam's got 5 points now in the quarter.
With a harmonious blend of length and strength, Siakam has become a dependable interior scoring option.
And Champ gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Smith. 11 points for him in that last game against Brooklyn. And that one drops for him. Smith's got 8 points.
A nifty ball handler with some crafty moves. Smith Jr. knows how to create scoring opportunities for himself.
Now, here's Siakam. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
And his impact wasn't just on offense. He played great.
Siakam, what was that?
Blocked 2 shots. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot he didn't do in that game.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Champ, in their last matchup against the Cavaliers, really came through for him. He had 19 points, and along with what he did on offense, he had a big defensive night as well. That performance is what we've come to expect during this great run of his. And we'll see if he can continue to stay hot.
Excellent, David. Yeah, he was very assertive in that last game, making things happen.
Absolutely made his presence felt. And I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to get it going early here tonight.
Bottom line, though, he's a pro. He understands his strength, and he knows how to play to them.
Now Van Vliet, after the missed 3 from Young. Here's Siakam. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. No doubt, Greg, you were known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul, I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat
And you just got blocked,
another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
Come on, Bunny Rabbit.
Detroit shooting their fourth shot at the foul line here. And the free throw, no good.
Yeah, and the versatility of Jackson's game. He's a super confident kid who certainly has the potential to be a star. Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Now, here is Smith. 8 points for him over Young. Smith, no good.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
Just off his game, forcing a few shots, not
I
letting
gave
the
us some
game
that
come to him naturally.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter. And although an undersized center, more
okay, I gotta relax on the
up for
threes.
with some
I've been
serious
doing too much threes.
Toronto calls timeout.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, and sometimes it's the most subtle moves that make the biggest difference.
And so Siakam will bring it up for the Raptors. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
You know, I don't like to use the word shock, but that was a shocking result for me. Nobody saw that one coming. To lose to that team was surprising enough, but to get blown out like that,
almost beyond belief. I mean, even on a bad night, you think they'd at least be competitive.
Now here's Jackson. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game.
And Jackson is a terrific passer at that forward position. Fantastic at setting the table for his guys.
Here's Young. 11-point game. Here's Van Vliet. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. The Pistons have gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. To the inside. And Jackson gets it to go. Jackson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Van Vliet outside. Siakam outside. And Siakam throws it down.
A high-energy wing with a solid all-around skill set. Siakam is developing into a quality go-to scorer.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Chris, today's coaches have a different way to get through to their players compared to some coaches of the past.
Well, yeah, I think, you know, this culture is different. Guys don't want to be yelled at when they're giving their all. They want to try to find a solution instead of getting emotional about it. So I think, yeah, the emotional aspect at some point has been alleviated. I think guys want to enjoy going to work every day.
Let's go on the bench.
I
think he's on the
discuss
bench.
and figure it out. I don't think the NBA is any different.
Here's
I didn't know,
Smith
Coach, like,
after
you
the
scored
main
too
shot
much.
from Young.
And no doubt Smith has the vision. When one of his guys has a clean look, he's quick to get the ball to them.
Van Vliet against Jackson. And there's Van Vliet on the assist by Young. Van Vliet's got the lead up to 13 now for Toronto. For Detroit, they've gone 8 of 14 in the second quarter on field goal attempts. Smith with a wide open look. And the shot is long.
This quarter has been hit or miss for him. Mostly miss.
Yep, that one goes in there. Anunoby's got 6 points.
And can't do much else. The strength of Anunoby comes in handy on those challenging finishes.
Smith, the pass to Okafor. Back to Smith. Changes up. Another shot. He takes it up and lays it in. He's got 14.
Getting more comfortable shooting from inside. Even though Smith Jr. is smaller, he knows how to score in the paint.
Here's Van Vliet. The kick out to Young. Pass to Siakam. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's blocked.
Siakam blocked.
Smith on the wing, defended by Young. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime.
Damn.
Raptors lead by 15. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Kyle, a good first half for you all. How do you continue that for the rest of the game?
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
68. 55. I mean, I'm playing with it, but I don't know my way.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway.
Yeah,
A fantastic game from Dennis Smith in this one.
And he's shown just how adept he can be at creating contact and then cashing in at the line.
Yeah, I mean, showing that tenacity both mentally and physically.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the floor for Detroit, they've got Cobb. He's out there with Josh Jackson. And it's Stewart in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Van Vliet outside. And the pass to Birch. It's hauled in by Stewart. Stewart's got 6 rebounds in the game. Cobb, no good.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there. They're taking it right into the teeth of the defense. And it's a defense that's starting to look frustrated.
Oh, yeah, it's getting to them. The lack of communication, the lack of trust.
Here's Cobb. Following the basket by Pascal Siakam.
And this game is Cobb's fingerprints all over it. He's taking over on offense and showing no signs of stopping.
Now, here is Young. He's got 12. Van Vliet outside. Young passes to Birch. Van Vliet outside. Rebound, Detroit. Jackson's got 4 rebounds in this game.
It's still early, but a 1-for-4 start to the half, that's a bad sign if you ask me. They've got a can't-miss play. Now's the time to break the glass and pull it out.
Kicks it out to Van Vliet. It's tipped. Raptors moving the ball around. Passes it to Young. Anunoby with it. 6 points for him. The Raptors need to get a shot off. Kicks it out to Van Vliet. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got his 8th assist in the game. Pistons trailed by 14. Cobb passes to Grant.
I'm not letting you take over.
Dishes it to Cobb. Top of the key jumper, no good.
Setup's good. That's the shot they're looking for, but you can't get them all to go.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Raptors lead by 16.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. Greg, you really began to emerge and got on the national scene at UNLV, but you started your college career at Portland, where you were actually named the Conference Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, how about I actually averaged more points in Portland than in any season I played at Vegas. Totally different roles, but Portland's always going to have a sweet spot in my heart. My first child was born in the great city of Portland.
Back to Young. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Young's got 14.
And plays with solid floor recognition. Siakam continues to fine-tune those playmaking skills.
Now here's Jackson. He's got 6, and Cobb gets it to go.
He's been dominant this quarter. I mean, he's determined to prevent the lead from getting any bigger.
Van Vliet wide open. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Such a consistent night for him from the field. Whenever they've needed it, he's been their safety valve.
Siakam against Grant. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock.
He doesn't get the finish, but the D's got to be quicker to rotate and stop him from getting to the rim.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Pistons trailed by 17. Here's Cobb. 27 points for him.
Of course, 27 points for Houston.
Right side Jackson. Goes back up. And the layup is up and in. 8 points for him.
As hot as he's been, it still has to be him who leads the charge and helps turn this game around.
Toronto calls timeout.
Every time I have a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
Now, that's what coaches are paid to do, right? I mean, curious to see what they go with here.
Okafor is checked in for Josh Jackson.
Come on, lover boy.
Raptors leading by 15. Now, Siakam. 15 points in the game. They double team Siakam. Young outside.
Ankle's
They get
broken.
the rebound. Anunoby. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. And the Raptors lead by 17. Detroit's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Here's Cobb. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Anunoby's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Birch. It's good on the putback.
Why can't I get
And
threes?
you can see the second chance points now starting to be a major factor.
Here's Cobb. One of the most consistent producers in the league. He's averaging around 25.5 points a game. And Champ gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Now, here's Cobb, defended by Young. Shot clock at 5. Baseline try. Here's Stewart. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Stewart's got 6.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal. Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Pass to Cobb. Basket is good.
I'm losing. Well, no, we're not losing this.
And it's on a bounce to the Pistons as Detroit retains possession.
Flat out loss of concentration. That kind of turnover will drive a coach crazy.
Sirvitas. He's guarded by Anunoby. Picked away. 2 on none. No one back to stop this. So for Toronto right now, Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slots. Fred VanVleet out there with Young. And it's Birch in at center. Now, here's Cobb. He kicks it to Okafor.
Come on, I knew you should have got a cup.
Now here's Jackson. He's guarded closely. With the teardrop, and he sinks the layup.
And adding wrinkles to his offense. If Jackson is making that floater, it's going to make things hard for the defense.
VanVleet finds Siakam. Now, here is Young. The drive by Siakam. And finished off by Siakam.
He is a fantastic athlete for a power forward. Whatever he lacks in height, he makes up for with hops.
And Champ gets the whistle that time. That will be foul number 5 on him. Now, here's Cobb, defended by Young. Here's Jackson. Tips it up, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in.
I love his work ethic, not to mention his hands. You need both to convert those tip-ins.
Pass to Birch. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things, never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester when there are issues. You address them, and if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. Now, here's Cobb. He's covered closely from the stripe. Toronto grabs the miss. And now Young running the floor all by himself.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
Yeah, because it's so hard to prevent transition scores. Whenever you get an opportunity to get out and run, you take it.
Now here's Jackson. Chris, you played for 5 different teams in your career and a number of different coaches. As you look back, what percentage of great coaching is X's and O's? And what percentage is just inspiring your players and getting them motivated?
X's and O's are probably the most important. You need a coach that can adapt his system to the players on his team, to the teams that are coming up, that can adjust in coaching style. And so I definitely think as far as that, the coaching, the skill set, and the play calling is definitely important. And I think motivation has a part to play as well.
So it's the Pistons now. The Raptors getting the bucket.
And they say the mid-range J is a dying shot, but Cobb enjoys knocking it down from there.
Birch's shot's good.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And the dunk by Jackson.
Good anticipation on the feed. He knows exactly where to go with that ball.
Young passes to Van Vliet. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. So both teams making some changes here. Toronto with the ball. Young is double. In the corner, it's Birch. Back to Young. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's Bembry. It's hauled in by Stewart.
Why you keep over me?
Stewart's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Grant gets a wide-open look. And another 3 for Detroit.
He had to battle through some tough shooting problems in the first half. I mean, give him credit. It's been much easier for him in the second.
And Young kicks to Bembry. Back to Young. The pass to Bembry. To the middle. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line. That one on Cobb.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Well, you hear about the extinction of great NBA big men. Do you see it that way? And if so, Greg, is the game that has changed, or perhaps a dip in the talent at that position that has changed?
You know, you think back to the likes of Russell, Wilt, Kareem, and Hakeem, and Robinson, and Shaq. Some would say, well, we just got lucky. But in a lot of ways, we still have the dominance of the big man. They just play more outside of the paint, right? You know, Giannis.
Yep.
You look at what he can do. Anthony Davis and the way he plays the game. I mean, LeBron, in essence, is a big man. I mean, you still can dominate the game as a big. It's just that you now can actually, in some respects, have more impact because you're involved in more facets of the game.
There is already the double team. Bash.
And the first one drops.
After a quiet first couple seasons in the league, Siakam really took off in year 3 when he helped the Raptors win their first NBA championship.
Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Toronto. Hood comes in for OG Anunoby. Now here's Joseph. Grant the pass to Joseph. There's the lob to the hoop. And the dunk by Grant.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. Young passes to Siakam. Down low. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Chris, you had some great battles with those guys in the 2020 Hall of Fame class, like Kobe Bryant and Tim Duncan and Kevin Garnett. And I know you're going to join them in Springfield in the Hall of Fame soon as well.
Well, thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that. It was an honor playing against these guys. You know, when you think about Kobe and the Mamba mentality, as a friend, you just miss that competitive spirit, and it was an honor to call him an opponent and a friend. Tim Duncan, you had to be prepared when you went up against him and his great Spurs team. And same with Kevin Garnett, just energy and passion, and one of my favorite players of all time. So it was an honor playing against them and an honor to call them friends.
Cobb, no good.
And you missed. You missed that.
Toronto's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Young is double.
And you got double teaming.
Now, here's Anunoby. Tight defense on him. In the corner, it's Van Vliet. 6 to shoot. The kick out to Young. Shoots over Grant. Plumlee with the rebound. Here's Jackson. Again, the Pistons good for 2.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Toronto shooting 55% from the floor. They're feeling very confident offensively. And it's Young, that time on the assist from Van Vliet. Van Vliet's got 4 assists in the game. And here is Cobb. A lot of big decisions have fallen on Adam Silver's shoulders, the commissioner of the NBA. And Greg, I think you and I agree by all accounts he has succeeded with flying colors. I mean, wouldn't you agree?
No doubt about it. I mean, I don't know that you could have had a better person for the times. Adam Silver is to be commended, but I think also appreciated, not just from the players and the owners, but I think our fans should also appreciate who he is as a person. I've often said that commissioners typically work for the owners. He's the one commissioner, no matter the sport, that I've always felt like was a partner of the players as well.
So it's Toronto now, following the 3 by Detroit. 1:56 left in the 4th quarter. Cobb with the steal. Here's Grant. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
And the Raptors call time here. They're in front by 21. We've got 1:48 left in the 4th quarter. And now, let's take a look at the New Balance Player of the Game, Champ.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
Their losing streak had gotten to the point where anybody had to put his foot down. And even though there were other more probable candidates, he's been the one to take over that leadership role. No good on the triple. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Pistons. And it's Joseph in the corner. Takes a 3. That one doesn't go. Now Toronto takes it the other way.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Toronto.
Look at their number of assists.
You know, they didn't get stuck in those one-on-one situations, and they got the ball to the guys with the best matchups. Easy drives, open jumpers, and great ball movement.
And so checking out their record tonight, that'll mark win number 32 overall.
And this will be their 3rd win in 3 tries against these guys. They match up so well.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Champ.
His vision and his ball movement impressed me the most. A tremendous night for him passing the basketball.
Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Josh Jackson. They double-team Siakam. Here's Baines, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And Detroit gets called for the foul, and he makes the first. Second free throw, no good.
What the hell?
And Detroit has possession. Their There's the feed to Okafor. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
Excellent work offensively to get that shot attempt into a can't-miss area.
And Young kicks to Siakam. Back to Young. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Outside Hood to the paint. Bembry the pass to Young. Shot clock at 6. Siakam outside. Inside. And it's slammed in by Young.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Well, this is what guys play for, and when it pans out like this, it's a great feeling.
Grant surveying the D, and so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
Why? Because
for
I'm
David
awesome.
Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Chris Webber,
I am awesome.
this is
34
Kevin
points,
Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA.
I mean, take a look at my stats. 2 steals. I need to work on my threes. I only made 2 of those, but...
On 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
Because I'm crazy. That's a lot of doo-doo. Because I am so awesome. Okay. Next up is the Bulls, and that's going to be our next game. And then that we have 2 doubleheaders. Cannot wait. Let's do.
It's the best my player of all.
Let's do it. Game time, everybody. We play.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And then next 2 videos will be double headers, and then after that we got All-Star games. Cannot wait.
A sharp and confident-looking Raptors team coming down the tunnel earlier. We'll see if that confidence carries over onto their home floor. The bustling financial district here in Canada's largest city. We're coming to you from Toronto.
32 to 18.
Kevin, thanks. With the new G...
DA, thanks a lot. Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. Satoransky runs the point with Levine at the 2. Lauri Markkanen is out there with Troy Brown. And it's Vucevic in at the center position. And for the Raptors, Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slot. And Van Vliet out there with Young. And it's Birch in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Why?
And Pascal Siakam can absolutely score in bunches. Put up 25 in a quarter last season, and when he gets going, look out.
GA, when Pascal Siakam is on, it seems like he's involved in every play. Must stay consistent. But you know what? He's a special player who can carry a team to win on any given night.
Satoransky gets the bucket.
Even against contact, Satoransky stays agile and just plays right through it.
Van Vliet against Levine. Here's Birch. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Yeah, that's a good way to start the game. Nice inside bucket right there.
The pass to Vucevic. Back to Satoransky. A 3-pointer off the mark. Here's the Raptors with the ball. Here's Van Vliet. That's in.
You thought I was going for 3 either.
From Young.
Huh? You thought I was going for 3, huh?
In the painted area, converting
we're leading by
against
1, 2.
the size.
Proving once again that when you attack with confidence, good things tend to happen.
Here's Levine. Good. Nice job down low.
The question for Zach LaVine coming in, will he get strong enough? There's your answer.
Back to Young. Raptors moving the ball around. Anunoby finds Van Vliet. Passes to Anunoby. Here's Van Vliet. Just 5 on the clock. And here's Young from the arc. Markkanen pulls it in. The Bulls have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Satoransky, the pass to Vucevic. And although the passes aren't flashy by any means, Nikola Vucevic, a very effective playmaker at the pivot.
And Vucevic is very calm when pressed. Reads the defense well and makes the simple but impactful pass. Great in dribble handoffs. It's a big reason he averages almost 4 assists a game.
Now for the teams that are clearly rebuilding, should they simply play the young guns, Greg, no matter what, or they make them earn their minutes?
Kev, I don't know that there's a right answer to that. I think it's really about the personnel and the personalities of the guys on that roster.
Oh, God.
And really, the front office should play a big role in that as well. But it's a hard call. You got to believe enough in those young guys to say, hey, that's our future. We're going in that direction. But you still got to also take care of your veteran guys who are kind of setting the table for your future.
Here's Birch. After the made shot from Lauri Markkanen. Birch kicks to Young. From deep three-point range. The shot by Birch, no good. For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Pass to Satoransky. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, pass to Markkanen.
What?
And Markkanen throws it down.
Up in his playmaking skills, when Levine notices an open teammate, he whips the pass over.
Stolen by Markkanen. Round kicks to Satoransky. A three-pointer, no good.
Three-pointer, no
Raptors
good.
trail by 4. Bounce pass Young. Here's Anunoby. Satoransky grabs the miss. Brown finds Vucevic. Birch grabs the board. Toronto's gone 0-2 from deep here. Young passes to Anunoby. Van Vliet looking around. And there's the pass to Young. Clock at 6. From downtown. That's a no-go, and he's still looking for his first bucket after 2 shots. And so Satoransky will bring it up for the Bulls. Levine with it, now guarded by Siakam. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. Here's Levine. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Levine's got his second basket of the game.
I like letting someone else play the setup, man. Levine just has to catch and hit the shot.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. They beat the Bulls during their last encounter in Chicago.
And it was pretty much a cakewalk for them the last time these two squared off and had a clear advantage on the backboard.
They generated second chance opportunities on one end, preventing them on the other end. That was the story of the game.
Now, here's Siakam. 29 points for him last game against the Pistons in Detroit.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds.
Brown outside. Here's Satoransky. Oh, that's blocked.
I mean, all period, it's been a struggle for him scoring the ball.
Anunoby finds Young. Now Van Vliet. Young outside. Back to Van Vliet. 4 on the shot clock. Siakam for 3. Drills it from outside.
One of the numerous changes Siakam's made to his game, the ability to stretch you out.
Young with the steal. And it's Young finishing it off.
He takes advantage of him in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
Got it. Nice one there from Levine.
Sometimes when Levine doesn't want to challenge at the rim, he goes to the floater.
Raptors trail by 3. Right wing. Here's Siakam. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
And the Bulls making a change here. Young's checked in.
You have to give Pascal Siakam a lot of credit. He's continued to improve the shooting percentage both from the field and the line. Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
Here's Van Vliet. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got his 4th assist in this one.
He's not scared. Fred Van Vliet has confidence playing inside.
Passes it to Anunoby. A nice shot by Young.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed.
Come on, so I can feel it.
That's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
And Vucevic kicks to Levine. Launches it. Siakam pulls it in. Raptors with the lead. Their offense has been great here.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they kept the defense off balance.
You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the... Levine against Young. Van Vliet outside. Pass to Siakam. Banked in off the glass. Siakam's got 10 points in the game.
Such a fluid mover off the bounce. Siakam gets to his spot before the defense can react.
So the Bulls 5 right now. Valentine and Markkanen, your small and power forwards. Zach LaVine is out there with Brown, and it's Vucevic in at the center, locking down the middle.
Competing, battling inside. This is what coaches want to see Markkanen do more of.
Chicago shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And they had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And with Lauri Markkanen, the former 7th pick in the draft, you like him best when he's aggressive and looking for his own shot.
You're right, Greg. I like angry Lauri Markkanen because he's dangerous when he has that type of mindset. He needs to have that mentality of a #1 option, even if he's not one. That's when he's the most impactful on the floor.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Champ in their last matchup against the Pistons was outstanding. He dropped in 34 points and seemed to pick apart the defense all night with a ton of assists. His numbers were off the charts. He was unguardable, and he knew it. And he took advantage of it. Kevin, back to you.
Okay, David, thanks. It'll be interesting to see, Greg, how much of that performance carries over to tonight.
And, Kevin, different scenarios call for different measures. I'm sure he'll just try to provide whatever they need for the win.
Well, that's what it means to be unselfish, putting the team's interests first. As you say, he just wants to come away with the W.
Markkanen passes to Levine. Now here's Vucevic. He's guarded closely. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And for a big man, Vucevic is pretty efficient at the line. Really has a complete game.
And so he makes both from the line.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
OG Anunoby out of Indiana. He was the 23rd pick in the 2017 draft. Another great draft selection that day. Slipped due to injuries concerns, but he's been great.
And Smitty, with OG Anunoby, he has a very high ceiling with what he can become.
Greg, OG Anunoby can impact the game on both sides of the ball, which is fantastic. He's a solid defender, and with the ball in his hand, he's very smart, making good decisions. This team is very excited to see his development.
Van Vliet outside.
Here we go.
That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Van Vliet's got 8.
Fred Van Vliet is staying locked in. He's confident going to the floater when given the chance.
Levine kicks to Brown. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
He is in a zone right now. Every 3 he puts up seems to be going down.
It's Young on the wing. Pass to Anunoby. Siakam, right side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots over Markkanen. And he overshot that one, missing.
And he's frustrated. That's a shot he can make in his sleep.
Brown kicks to Valentine. It's tipped.
What are you doing?
Here's Young, and it's
Bam,
Young
baby.
finishing it off.
Improving as a passer, Siakam showing a willingness to get it to open teammates.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Yeah, just looking to tighten up their defense in the paint. They've got to be better.
It's a matter of want to. Helping out, contesting shots. You have to want to make the effort.
Bulls trailed by 19.
I might let you shoot.
And here's Levine. Last game with 30 points. Valentine wide open. He fires, and it's out from three-point range.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
He's heady. He's unselfish. All Van Fleet does is make winning plays.
You're cold,
so
man.
Levine
You're
will
cold.
bring it up now
Stop
for
trying.
Chicago. Coming off
Just
that
go for something
loss
easy.
against the Nets.
They just got overwhelmed. We knew that game was going to be a tough one for them, and we were right.
Ugly, ugly display. I thought they'd be more competitive, but I was wrong.
Drops in the tray.
Drop.
Van Vliet's got 11 points.
No hesitation from Fred Van Vliet. Assertive off the catch and shoot.
Levine dishes to Brown. In the corner, Valentine with it. Offensive rebound. Here's Vucevic. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Chicago shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this here at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display.
What are you going to do?
I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. that wouldn't. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
What are you doing? What are you going to do? Just making
and of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth, physical basketball, guys.
And the pass to Levine. Back to Markkanen.
What are you going to do?
He kicks it to Valentine. Trains the three-pointer. Valentine's got 8 here in the quarter.
Gradually starting to put pressure on this defense. That's his 2nd from downtown this quarter. 3 for the game.
Oh, and a dunk by Young.
Hey, dunks aren't always for the big fella.
A serious power move from the point.
Forget just laying it in. He wanted to make a statement.
Markkanen trying to break loose. Valentine shot good.
Trying to slice into this deficit every time up the floor. Terrific quarter for him.
Siakam against Markkanen. The drive by Siakam. And finished off by Siakam.
Defensively, you can't let Siakam get all the way to the rim. That's automatic.
Valentine with it. He's got 13. Floats one up. Markkanen passes to Valentine. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Valentine's got 15.
They're still behind, but not because of his efforts. He's been unbelievable this quarter.
Van Vliet against Levine. They get a hand on it. Van Vliet kicks to Anunoby. Young pass to Siakam. Here's Birch. Vucevic defending. Anunoby has the open look. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. Pascal Siakam, guys, really making a difference here.
You have to make it harder for him to score.
Come on.
Deny the ball, even double, whatever it takes to force someone else to beat you.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new grouping. Young's checked in for Vucevic. Daniel Tice comes in for Markkanen. Al Farouk Aminu, he's checked in for Brown. And Zedaransky subbed in for Valentine. Levine can't hit.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Pass to Trent. Outside Lowry. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Levine can't hit.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Trent, guarded by Levine.
I know.
With the stuff.
Well, now that they've settled into this game, you can see the offense is firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, the reason why they made the adjustments they needed to make, they are executing.
And Young kicks to Levine. Shot to stop the run. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Levine's got 13.
You look at Levine's jump shot, it's very hard to contest because he gets great lift off the floor.
Lowry finds Boucher. Young outside. Outside Lowry.
Foul me.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Zach LaVine.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
And Toronto making a change here. Baines is checked in. Satoransky against Lowry. Pass to Aminu. Now, here is Young. He dishes it to Levine. They get it again. Tice lays it up and banks it in.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Reason why, lack of focus, lack of communication, which led to second chance points.
Lowry passes to Young. Back to Lowry.
Oh, Lowry.
It's tipped.
Lowry.
Pass to Boucher. Here's Trent. It's Young on the wing, guarded by Levine. And again, no good by Toronto. And Chicago shooting the ball beautifully in the second quarter. They're at 55% from the field.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
Effort's been there, check mark. The physicality, check mark. They set the tone for this game early on.
And Levine throws it down.
This is what Zach LaVine is built to do. He can get you points in bunches, and sometimes he can go all night.
Now Lowry, 9 points.
I was about to cut back door.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Young from outside. Tice. Baines with the block. Oh, and here comes Young all alone.
Terrific vision there with that pass. Hit his teammate perfectly in transition.
Guys, nothing has really come easy for him today.
Yeah, definitely not their best basketball.
The stop and pop on a dime, if LaVine ever gets consistent with it, watch out.
To the middle, Young with the steal. And so it's Toronto cruising into the quarter break with a
break.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
22. 17 points, 1 rebound. I'm stealing the ball like crazy.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. What a game we're seeing from Champ.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
And not standing around, not settling for perimeter shots. He's looking to attack.
Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slots. Red Van Vliet out there with Young. And it's Birch in at the center. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Here's Young. Van Vliet, right side. Young is double.
Oh, I'm double deep.
Anunoby passes to Young, and the shot is good. Young's got the opening bucket to start the second half for Toronto.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
A uncontested shot at the rim, you have to compete at all times.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, good to hear from you. Now, Zach LaVine has become a star, but he knows there's still work to be done. He said, I'm stepping into a leadership role, asking more of myself and giving more each year. You've got to look at your faults. I have to continue to improve my defense. I want to help us make the playoffs. My next step as a player is winning. Guys, back to you.
Great attitude. David, thank you.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
And Vucevic kicks to LaVine. Satoransky in the corner. And the Bulls with another miss.
They just don't have it right now. 0 for 4. Must have been one poor speech at halftime. 3 out of 4 coming out of the half, showing good execution on the offensive end.
LaVine against Van Vliet. And the jam by LaVine.
A lot of guys play above the rim. LaVine plays above the square box on the backboard.
The Raptors have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half.
And the deep ball has come alive the last few seasons for Zach LaVine. He set a Bulls record for made threes in a season last year.
Hey, Greg, Zach LaVine continues to work and improve his shot, which has been fantastic. He not only trusts his shot at this point, but feel it's a strength now. He's more willing to look for jumpers in big possessions now.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
And here's LaVine, who brings it up for the Bulls. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
And he finally gets involved from beyond the arc. His first 3 of the game comes here in the second quarter.
And the Raptors call time here. Greg, as a point guard, you must have had so much fun being surrounded by so much terrific talent at UNLV.
You know, Larry Johnson.
Damn, okay, by 30? Is it by 30? I think it's by 30.
Here's Satoransky. 8 points for him. Now here's LaVine. Ball's knocked loose.
And
there's the pass to Young. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. He misses the free throw. So for the Bulls, Valentine comes in for Al-Farouq Aminu. And it's Arcidiacono in for Satoransky. And Chicago shooting not looking too good out there in the second half, right around 32%. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Baines with no one around.
Oh,
to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Passes it to Young. Offensive rebound.
The uncanny ability to time the tip in. He does this night in and night out.
Toronto's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Pass to Trent. Down low. Here's Boucher. And that one, no question, powered it down.
No question.
This is who you want leading that play. A sure passer with great awareness.
Pass to Young. 1:29 left in the third. The shot by Arcidiacono, no good. They swipe it. In the corner, Valentine with it. That's good, and it's LaVine with the assist. LaVine's got his 7th assist in the game. These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assisting.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a way of helping you on the defensive side as well.
Here's Trent. Baines trying to get open. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Young with the steal.
Oh, what are you doing?
And now here comes Young leading the break.
What are you doing?
Lowry can't get it to go.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Here's Arcidiacono. And the rejection by Lowry. Arcidiacono, the pass to Valentine. Feeds to Young. Nice pass. Right under the rack perfectly for the layup. That's 10 points for Thaddeus Young.
Got to run the clock and wait for the last shot.
Yes, you do, but it's a dilemma. If you get a great look earlier in the clock, do you take it? He's been locked in all night, and he's taking good shots.
Levine inside the three-point line. Offline from the top of the key.
Yeah, he's kicking himself. No defenders to be found in that mid-range area.
If I just one more second.
Toronto ahead by 26 points. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
It's a completely new group for Toronto. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Vucevic checked in for Young. Markkanen comes in for Valentine. Al-Farouq Aminu, he's checked in for Green. And Zach LaVine subbed in for Ryan Arcidiacono. Taking a look at the Bulls, Vucevic is out there with Lauri Markkanen. Then there's Daniel Tice. Then there's Al-Farouq Aminu.
Why?
And it's LaVine in a point.
Why? I saw it. I
That's
saw
a
the
special
name.
play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
It just shows you the versatility. This guy can do a lot of different things for you. Woo-wee. Relentless on the offensive glass, and then you love the finish.
Bulls making a switch here. Satoransky's checked in. That's good from Tice. A lot of talk about reseeding in the playoffs when you got down to the final four teams. If it ensures the two best teams make the finals, it would seem to me, Greg, to be worth it. What about you?
You know, it could be. I think about the worldwide attention on that championship round, but you got to get the Eastern Conference teams to sign off on that. And, you know, we've seen it happen in the past.
No.
He went
That was nice.
An explosive, high-level athlete. You see why Zach has won multiple dunk contests.
And, guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. The pass to Vucevic. LaVine wide open. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Uncontested look. Can't fault the shot selection. He's money from there. He's given a great lift to this offense tonight. Very, very efficient.
Satoransky, the pass to LaVine. Steve, if you were a GM and you could choose one player, who would you start your team with?
Right now, I think the perfect player to start your team off right now because of the way everything is going is Anthony Davis. He can play 1 through 5. Defensively, he can change a game. Offensively, he can play in and out. And he's just that fluid player that matches up with today's game.
6 on the shot clock.
Just go for it. Go for it, somebody.
Puts one up from 19. Off the left rim and out.
It's a shot you would think he would make, but he just doesn't make it all the time.
The feet to Vucevic, and slam dunk by Vucevic.
And using every bit of that large frame for the exclamation point, Vucevic, a force around the rim.
Here's Young. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. And now it's 27 points for Champ.
High percentage look. This is what your offense is designed to do.
Passes it to LaVine. Shot from the wing. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Levine's got 13 points in just this quarter.
He has gotten into a terrific groove here, trying to wheel his team back into this.
And he is cold-blooded, drops the dagger, piles on to what was already a big lead.
I mean, defensively, if you have any hope of coming back in this game, you can't afford to give him those looks.
Good. Levine's got 37.
There's that beautiful high arcing shot. Levine looks for it the moment he touches the ball.
Oh, yes, base.
Siakam misses.
Siakam.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Pass to Satoransky. Outside, Markkanen. Up top, Tice. Van Vliet against Satoransky. There's the killer two-handed slam. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 10 assists.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, you'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play.
Chicago calls timeout. They're behind by 18. There's 1:26 left to play in the final quarter. And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Champ.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
The lift he got from this home crowd has been obvious. There's nothing fans love more than getting a big game out of someone other than one of their stars. There's 1:26 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. And Tice throws it down.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Raptors.
What am I doing?
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Yeah, I thought the passing in terms of finding the open man gave them the higher percentage shots. The ball movement was key for the win.
And with this win, they'll end up notching another victory for this year's campaign, win number 33.
And you could tell they were ready for this one today, guys. There was something extra on the line, and they wanted it.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Champ.
Woo, he put on a clinic tonight. Terrific vision, sees the whole floor, and he hits guys in their spots with pinpoint dimes.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
A nice shot by Young.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately put the game away.
Green. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. The free throw drops for Green. Siakam is checked in for the Raptors. He's perfect from the line this time.
All right.
And so Young will bring it up for the Raptors. They have a 19-point lead. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Arcidiacono. Here's Aminu. The third shot of the possession finally falls for him.
Hustle points count just like any others. That's a great play.
Pass to Bembry. Young looking it over. The shot. It's off. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. They poured it out tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
This game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home, no doubt helps. And the execution was flawless.
And that'll do it, folks.
37 points.
For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Alden.
This
is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.
And I got an endorsement with the beats. Endorsement with the beats. Icon Baron Goodness. Not only are you getting a second round lead, but you're getting tons of new fans because of all those fans with the beats to renegotiate on your contract. The more power you have, the more money you can ask for. Please me, huh? The office tomorrow, see how much we can get. So here's what. Sure. Already signed. Give me Slamdunk Champion for 5-star leader. No. Teammate grade for this. Make this easy. Yeah, make this easy for me. I'm going with all teammate grades. But yeah, that's it for the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Oh, and by the way, we got some upgrades to do. And we are going with some gold Deadeye. As for my progression, I'm still working on my 3s, so my 3s, and also I need to improve my free throws because free throws are always important here. And of course, the dunks. But anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching. We will see you in the next game, where the next game we'll be doing a doubleheader with the Pacers. Let's do it.